in this realistic world of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. If you stroll a bit too far off the path, you stumble on a witch burning pile? And what? I mean, the fire is still there, but so is a skeleton. So I guess this is a weekly thing? A casual Tuesday witch burning? And the thing is, this isn't even close to the worst place to live in this game. So which one is? To find out, we will go through a few of the worst places I've found. I've accounted for several factors. Bandits are an obvious danger, but what's even worse is poisoning, murderous bacteria, being reducted to beggar, and full organ failure. Sedless monastery. You'd think this place is actually safe. The church has basically its own mini-army. There is work here too, whether as a soldier, which is really a safe gig because nothing ever happens here, or a shoveler, a stone crusher, a soup stirrer with a stick, really solid career options. Today it's raining hard, so it's a day off. The problem is that this whole place is built on top of crypts, and in those crypts are corpses spreading deadly disease, murderous bacteria. So is comfort really worth dying for? I'm not sure about that one. This land was once sprinkled with soil from Golgotha, the actual Holy Land, and after that masses of people from all over Central Europe wanted to be buried here. In the game you can see those bones all neatly arranged, but that's interesting because the devs decided to add something from the future. The game takes place in 1403 and over 100 years later a half-blind monk stacked up little towers, little piles of human bones. Kinda creepy, but also fascinating. If you don't want your bones turned into little towers someday, maybe it's worth looking into living in Gutenberg instead. In a big city, it surely is safer. Gutenberg, one of the biggest cities right after Prague, the capital of Bohemia. Oh, and I just stepped in shit. Yeah, that's just how it is in Gutenberg. And this isn't even exaggerated. This is just the standard for a medieval city. Let's see how people live here. This guy walking around in just his trousers, and sleeping arrangements pretty rough. There are a lot of guards, so you'd think it's safe, but they are mostly here to protect the rich.
What are you doing, lurking around without a light? Ugh, you're ugly. Now I know why you wanted to be in the dark. Anyway, carry on.
Maybe if there is a fight they will react sometimes, but I've seen a lot of fights and nothing happens.
Go to hell. I'll tear you a new arsehole, you fucker!
They mostly just watch. Let's move to the center. And inside we've got tents for homeless, beggars, and even more tents for the homeless. It's not like they're the problem, it's the opposite. The problem is how this system works. These people definitely used to work, honestly. If you work on a construction site and suddenly your arm is busted and your only skill is shoveling, well, you've got a problem. It's not like the city is going to give you support and help you find a new job to make a living. There are chickens running wild. I really like chickens, but it's a bit of a mess here.
Where does the water come from?
There is water flowing. I don't know how, but it flows. Whether you'd wanna drink it, questionable. This city is built for people like this guy right here. It exists to protect the wealthiest. It's pretty hard to land in that 0.5%. You need a lot of luck to belong to that narrow circle. Look at this guy. Look at his hat. That's ridiculous. And for comparison, look at the hat of an average townsman. This is too much. And if not in the city, then maybe somewhere far away from town. So far out that nobody even bothers to ride there. What could be possibly wrong with that? You have to take a bit of a separate route to get here. We start from Vidlak Lake, get on the horse, and let's go. Along the way, we've got local attractions, bandits killing local residents. You can skip them pretty easily, you just have to be quick about it. Charcoal Burners Camp. And you might think this is actually a really nice spot. The charcoal burners' job is pretty simple. They stack wood with leaves, cover it up nicely, set it on fire, then they move the charcoal around, pack it into sacks and deliver it. There is always some work.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
The guys are smiling, friendly, decent people. They've got their little houses, a place to eat. Of course, there is also the classic corpse stew here. Food supplies are there, sleeping conditions are standard. But if you walk just a bit away from the camp, there is a massive crack in the ground. And that place is hiding many secrets. Hey, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1000 subscribers by the end of March. Thank you. And we arrived at the Devil's Fissure. So what do we have here? A dead witch. 2000 years old skeleton. There's also a crocodile down there. What is going on here? Honestly, I have no idea. But Henry is happy anyways.
Nice.
And on the way out, what do we see? A rock shaped like a witch. Horrible. Cursed place. Something is seriously wrong here. But it gets even worse. Right next to it, there is something I just can't wrap my head around. A pyre with a skeleton on it. Some mummified remains. It looks absolutely horrifying. And right next to that, the charcoal burner's village. Look at this guy. You can't trust him. There is something seriously wrong with him. You never know when you're calling each other friends and when he's calling you a heretic and they are carrying you to the pyre. But not as a viewer. Maybe somewhere closer to civilization then. Maybe a village. That's got to be alright. We start from the village of Visoka, get on the horse and ride. It was funny, it was scary, but this one is just sad. Burned mess halls. Nobody really lives here anymore, because most of it burned down. Normally a medieval village is constant noise. A blacksmith, animals running around, a cow mooing in the background, people yelling, someone fighting in the tavern. The only thing you can smell here is stench of a rotting corpse. You can hear wild dogs constantly barking. One bite and your lifespan gets way shorter. Disturbing sight on a tree. Now, there are bandits camping here. At least I got rid of those, so it's a tiny bit safer. These are not livable conditions. Everything burned to the ground, collapsed. You can't really function here. Zero neighbors, which is not great in medieval times. If you get sick, you need someone to help you. You have to live in a community. On your own, survival is really unlikely. The only good thing about this village is my horse. But, well, I just rode out, so the horse isn't there anymore either. This is really a sad place. Let's move on. Since there was nobody here, no work, no people, no living conditions, then maybe somewhere where work is guaranteed. And if there's work, there is food and sleeping conditions. So maybe the place I consider the worst to live in all of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The Gutenberg mines. Right at the entrance, you get a sharp hit to the lungs. A shot of silver dust that will really improve your health. It won't. Work above ground seems fine. There is plenty of work. Shoveling in one spot, moving stones from one crate to another. Pretty easy work, even though it wears your hands down quite a bit. But it's surprisingly safe. Living conditions are standard. Some people even sleep on a bench with a hide on it, not just on a straw bed. You can have a pretty decent time working here, but not everyone works on the surface. Below ground is hell. The problem starts when you go into the mine, where it's absolutely brutal. The tunnels, even though they look pretty spacious in the game, were actually much smaller in reality. And shifts in mines like this lasted 12 to 14 hours. Walking on all fours, bent in half. 3 years of that kind of work and your back is done. I'm going in with a torch. I think this is seriously illegal though. Mines like these are extremely deadly. Very easy to get lost, very easy to die. When the torch goes out, when the lights goes out, you can see nothing. On top of that, miners didn't have any modern machines. They would build a fire against the rock and then pour cold water on it to crack the stone. And what happens next, whether you get hit by a fragment, suffocated by steam, carbon monoxide, smoke, or all of it at once, there is no certainty. And what do nearby guards do to ensure worker safety? Nothing. You might be wondering if there is work like this, if it's right next to a big city and there are different jobs to take, then what's the problem? Dangerous job? Dangerous environment? Dust? Ruined lungs? Full organ failure? No, it's all well. Just take a look at Václav here. He's doing pretty well for a 19-year-old. If you liked this video, I'm sure you will also enjoy my previous video, where I robbed an entire village in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.